If I did what I like, if like what he did in the sport, I ain't gonna lie, I'd be the same way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I don't fault him for like stand to himself and things like that. You know what I mean? But it's also a part of me type thing, like
plan. And you know, a lot of times when he says certain things on social media, I'll say, he's to me, he's still a kid. And when I was that age, I probably would have did the same thing. I didn't have a Floyd Mayweather to stand behind.
There is no better way to squash a beef than the way Floyd Mayweather just ended his beef with Gervonta Davis after he paid him a surprise visit in the gym. Of course, Gervonta Davis is getting ready for his rematch with Lamont Roach. His coaches have been getting him ready for everything except Floyd Mayweather's visit, which no one saw coming, as Gervonta Davis got ready for the fight by training.
If you like this, please subscribe Punch Vista and click the bell icon for more latest and interesting videos.
That have been in the ring before, that got ring experience as a fighter, to be in your corner so they can help you when you get in certain situations. Can tell you how you can go about the situation when you
Mayweather showed up at the gym and shocked him and his coaches. When they met, there was not a bit of hostility. That visit really shocked me, but Floyd was treated with some kindness, and when they saw how he greeted them, they were friendly back. This happened while other fighters trained and sparred in the gym. A conversation took place between Floyd, Gervonta Davis, and his coaches for a while. When it was time for Gervonta "Tank" Davis to train, Floyd and his coaches, Calvin Ford and Kenny Ellis, would sometimes give him tips on how to do better. This brought back memories of the past. We expect Gervonta Davis to win his fight against Lamont Roach on fight night after all of these training sessions. There have always been a lot of similarities between Tank and Floyd. This was even more clear in their first fight. And little wonder why he and Floyd Mayweather had a very similar knee problem in their fights, as well as not being tested on the scorecards. Fighters have struggled to cause real damage to Mayweather, as the fighter has only been knocked down once in his professional career. However, the knockdown did not come as a result of a frightening punch.
Wait a second. And it's called the knockdown. And there's something wrong with the left hand.
In May of 2001, Mayweather would take on Carlos Hernandez on February 1st, 33, in an attempt to protect his World Boxing Council Super Featherweight title. Money would be trying to make his 8th defense of the title. However, he would have an odd moment in the fight. He was still a promising fighter at 25 when he met El Salvador's Carlos Alamoso Hernandez for the lineal and World Boxing Council Super Featherweight crown. Despite winning the fight, Mayweather would receive an 8 count in the 6th round of the fight. However, Hernandez did not put the attacker down. Mayweather took a knee in the 6th round of the bout despite not having suffered any major damage. From his opponent, however, Mayweather was clearly hurting. After taking the knee, Mayweather began to gesture to his corner as if something was wrong with his left hand. Despite the supposed injury, Mayweather was able to continue and win the fight. As for him and Davis, things had gotten really bad over the last year, and fans are only hoping that it gets better from here. The worst of all was how Floyd Mayweather did not only pick sides against Davis in his last fight, but also acted in a way that was unlikely of a boxing legend. He was so upset after Gervonta Davis's loss that he felt his Instagram post about the fight being cancelled wasn't enough. He also predicted a fight that was clearly an easy win for Gervonta Davis as a 50-50th and gave Frank Martin some tips to help him beat Tank Davis. This time, His feud with Gervonta Davis got so much into his head that he had quietly called Gervonta Davis's opponent, Frank Martin, and given him tips on how to beat Tank. Whether it fell on deaf ears or whether Floyd's instructions weren't just enough, we don't know. However, on fight night, Frank Martin, who seemed to put on a great show in the early rounds, fell short after 1 minute and 49 seconds in the 8th round. A devastating blow from Gervonta Davis took him flat on the canvas, winning Gervonta Davis the 30th win of his career. Davis, but that wasn't even where the trouble was.
Davis.
The real problem was the involvement of Floyd Mayweather, who had clearly been at loggerheads with Gervonta Davis, having one of the most epic mentor versus brutish feuds in recent history. Frank Martin revealed in one of his many pre-fight interviews that Floyd Mayweather had helped in some way ahead of the fight, trying to get back at Gervonta Davis for being disrespectful to him. It came as a surprise to boxing fans and professionals when the Ghost Martin revealed he has been getting advice from Gervonta Davis's former mentor and promoter, Floyd Mayweather.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, what does being around a guy like Floyd do for you?
He could tell you, go run at 2 in the morning. You know, go do it when, cause 9 times out of 10, we know your opponent sleep at that time. So go run at 2 in the morning and go give yourself a mental edge, you know, like, cause you know you out there working every night at 2 in the morning running.
In one of Gervonta Davis's latest interviews with Jay Hill, he made some shocking admissions. Well, one of the most controversial ones was on Floyd Mayweather, where he told the truth behind some crazy happenings between him and Floyd Mayweather. He claimed Mayweather has always wanted a loss for him. Sadly, Mayweather came close too. Of course, Floyd didn't keep quiet, and he was set to distract Gervonta Davis from his world title fight one more time before they reconnected.
Well, my thing is, I've always been there for him from day one. We had a game plan, and my game plan was to help him become world champion and take things to that next level. And I've always been there for him. And just over the years, you can see I've always been positive.
The relationship lasted about 7 years and brought large profits to both sides. However, the relationship ended in 2022 amid serious allegations from Tank Davis against Mayweather Promotions. And that's all for now. For the very best updates on news, moments, events, and actions in the world of boxing, stay connected with us by subscribing to our YouTube page. And don't forget to turn on notifications to get informed when we drop quality content like this. Until next time, peace.